All right. Who's got your love tonight? Mm-hmm. Back at it. Back at the grind. Back on the grind.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
Hi, Olivia. That's a big bubble. Eternal Islam, how are you doing? Good to see you.
The capture target has vital information that we will need to
How's your night,
extract.
Eternal?
We need our subject brought back alive.
We're just getting started, man.
Capture them quickly before they escape. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
You're doing good? I'm doing good too, man. I actually just woke up from a nap, so I'm feeling pretty rested because we have a Tenno round table tonight that we're gonna do where we're interviewing we're doing like, it's kind of like a streamcast. It's kind of like a podcast, but like streaming together, me and Delver, which is gonna be Delver Music, Mark from Delver Music. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. Just waiting on him to get here, and it should be a fun night. Are you playing tonight, or what are you up to? What's up, Cross? Here for the podcast. Let's get it, man. Cross, it was pretty cool last week when we did it, wasn't it? I thought it was cool. Okay. It wasn't cool? Okay. Forget it. I'm not doing it then. Which, by the way, Cross, I know you're on console, but you're grinding trash weapons for mastery rank? Why, Eternal? You just want the MR?
Tenno,
I was
your
doing the same
codex
thing
has been
yesterday, actually,
updated with a
Eternal.
new quest.
Good, not like I was here for it anyway. You were here for it, actually. Cross, I was gonna ask you, I know you're on console and everything, but I mean, do you have a working mic? If I brought you into Discord and we did, if we brought you in as a guest speaker, would you want to do something like that? Because essentially, I mean, it's not gonna be anything scary or anything. It's gonna be like, people are gonna like, we're just gonna kind of ask you, you know, what it's like, what it was like for you to be like a new Warframer back in the day and stuff like that. You're MR13? You want a Necromech? Oh yeah, I'm just about MR13, Eternal. Actually, we're right around the same, if you could see here. I'm MR12, almost 13. I'm just gonna get a couple of shitty weapons and grind them for the mastery rank as well. I'm doing this, kind of doing the same thing you're doing. What's up, Rod? How you doing, man? Your mic is low. Well, I think like maybe like a few days before we do it or something, we'll jump into what do you call it? We'll jump into Discord and we'll try to help you with that last mission results. So currently, let's see. Currently what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to go down the list, and Eternal, this might interest you too. So if I go to show profile and I go to equipment and I go to Warframes, I'm planning on going down this list and trying to get every Warframe. That's like my next big project to do. Every Warframe that I don't have. Ash is a little bit of a pain in the ass, I heard, but Ash Prime is what I'm aiming for right now currently. I don't have the relics for her, so I'm just doing like some small stupid missions in the void to try to get them to drop the relics. Is there anything else you guys would suggest, I guess? Like, this is a defense that I could just do a quick capture again. You know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to just farm the shit out of Ash, like if I wanted to grab Ash. Oh, okay, Rod. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then, Rod, if you do,
you are here to find
maybe we could just jump in together, and then like I guess go farm her. I just want to get her for the MR. That's purely all I want to get her for. For Grendel, get his part locators from the arbitrations. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start on Ash first though, Eternal. You know what I mean?
Capture them quickly before they escape.
Oh, come on.
We cannot let our target know we're here. Track them down quickly.
Oh, you missed what was said when the stats were open? I was basically here. Once I get back to the ship, it's easy, Cross. You've probably... Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said. I was looking at the list of the Warframes that I don't have, and I just want to kind of go down the list and just grab them. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially what I would like to get out of this game more than anything is the ability and the opportunity to play every frame. Like, that's what I want more than anything. I know some of them are like kind of crappy and I just could care less about having them, but eventually I want to play every frame because you know, every frame's got their own style. So that's what I want to do. That's all I was checking in the profile when I went to the profile and equipment. That's all that was. Let's see. Got a Lith M5 relic, and that is for Atlas. I mean, these are fine. We're just grabbing some. These are fine. Whatever. I mean, they're not Ash, but it is what it is. At least I'm getting relics. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Cross. Like, instead of doing weapons.
You have new quests in your codex.
For his iron skin? I thought everybody was feeding Rhino for the roar. That's what everybody was going for, right, Eternal? Yeah, Cross. See? Exactly. Which is why... Yeah, which is why I'm doing this. I could just literally run through this same mission.
The balance of power continues to shift. Navigation is marked with new invasions.
This capture, it's a level 10 to 15, and I could just run through it with Wukong, like... within like under a minute, and just get these drops for these relics.
You are here.
But you see how like your feedback in chat is right now, Cross? That's kind of like how I want the talk to be, the 10-0 round table thing that we do. But you'll see tonight. Like, he's got Mark's got somebody from his community that is that's a pretty experienced player as well, and we're gonna be talking to him. His name is Apex, and you'll kind of like see the outline and like kind of like how we're doing it. You know what I mean? And then you can decide. I'm not gonna force you to do it if you don't want to, but maybe I will. Maybe I will force you. What are you gonna do if I do?
That was a close one.
Lol. Do you have a huge stutter problem? I don't care. I have a huge eating problem. And I'm still on camera. Hey Capo, what's cracking, dude? We're gonna cry and chat with your mic off, come back on mic like nothing happened. I'm fucking done with you, dude.
A new
You
quest
got that
is
eating
available
issue
in your
too, Rod?
codex.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like Rod, you're in Jersey though, right? Or you were in Jersey? Rod, where'd you say you were from again? I got a fucking eating problem, I'll tell you that. Oh, okay. Sorry, Rod. I thought, why did I think you were in Jersey before? So your last minute popping on the show, just confirming? No, 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 not today. I'm not talking about today. We already have a guest speaker for today. You think I would do that to you? I don't know. Maybe I would do that to you. What am I saying? I don't fucking know. No, not today, man. We have somebody that's gonna be guest speaking today. Okay, good. I'm sitting here like peel sweat. Oh, not today, dude.
Bring them in. Scans indicate is in the vicinity. Find them.
Will this, if I keep running this void mission,
We'll interrogate
will I
the
get
captain back at
eventually
base.
start getting the
Your part is
Ash
done
Prime
here.
relics? Oh, these fucking ledges. Nothing much. Your PS4 was almost a goner. You were able to fix it? What happened? A hint of depression? I can relate to that. So Ash at the current is vaulted. You won't be able to get his relics. And I keep thinking Ash is a female because in Rainbow Six she's a female. They have a character called Ash in Rainbow Six. That's why I kept calling Ash a female. You want Link health to work on Sentinels?
Nathaniel ain't best pleased by the
Oh,
actions
Link
of our
health the mod?
friends. Keep your heads down, Solaris United.
Originally meant to be a female? Okay, so then if Ash is not... Here, let's see. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier, Cross. Like, check it out. Show profile. I'm sure you've done this 100 times. Equipment. Warframes. And this will list currently every Warframe I have. As you can see, I'm missing quite a bit of them. If Ash is vaulted... If Ash is vaulted, does that mean her regular frame is vaulted as well? I'm assuming so, right? Like, I think that's the case. So then the next would be Atlas, right? Like, I would try to go for Atlas.
I've been thinking, operator. I thought
Female to Ember and male to Ash. I guess that kind of makes a little sense. Your PS4 went into dumb shit and crashing in a safe mode. Oh, wait. Capo, was it... Did you lose power? Because if you lose power... That's what will happen to your PlayStation. That's happened to me quite a few times. If your PlayStation's on or in rest mode or something like that, and you lose power, then that can happen. But if you're just like, if it was just happening out of nowhere, that's weird. Yeah, only prime frames get vaulted, right? So I still can farm for the regular Ash. But I heard regular Ash is kind of a pain in the ass, right? Like, do you guys know what it takes to get regular Ash? Maniacs? Oh, that's what I'm saying. So that's Ty regular, since he guarantees. Oh, he guarantees Maniac? Where's Ty regular at? I know I fought him before. And should I bring people with me? That's the question, because currently I'm just running solo. Uranus? They're rare? So is there a chance that I might just do this over and over again and not get what I need for like the Ash parts? Mesa will make short work of him? With what, her regulators, Cross? Okay. I'll put Mesa on then.
if
Only problem is I'm gonna miss the cloud thing. See, this is what I'm talking about. So if I could take Mesa and put Wukong's cloud ability on Mesa, that'd be amazing. But then I'll really, really miss Wukong. Regulate him and the Maniacs, and it'll just be a waiting game. So let's go to Uranus. And Tyregar's somewhere here. Which one is it, chat? Or does anybody? Here it is. I see it right here.
Leech, bloody worm!
You must be feeling
Cross. So okay, let me try to beat this guy. Beat him up with my regulators. This son of a bitch had it coming to him, chat.
Ragnarok made alarming strides in the field of gene repair. His work would not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive cloning, but also for stronger and deadlier genetic molds. Eliminate Regor and put a stop to his work.
Put a stop to
Tell me-
Regor's work.
No. Let me see. When I crack open your head fruit, what color juice spills out?
Oh yeah, I remember this dude.
I'm very excited now. The anticipation.
I remember this dude.
I always learn so much from a live dissection.
God, he's like so graphic.
A dissection? No. That sounds too humane. Your death will be painful.
Take the elevator so I can read chat.
No detection from enemy sensors.
Wait a second, no detection from enemy sensors. Is it essential that I'm not spotted when I'm doing this? That's kind of dumb. I just want to run in and kill this dude. And then why am I losing energy? Is this the water? You'll probably get an Equinox finished before Ash. Ash pieces has like 4%. Oh, okay, so they're rare. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was using the elevator eternal so I could look at chat for a minute and read chat. Oh, that's kind of cool. You see the sharks up here? Look at that, chat. I didn't even realize that before. We're like in some giant submarine or something, right?
First you, Tenno. Next, your Lotus.
This guy's dead. This guy is dead.
This is for the tube men.
Oh, I need energy, actually. Shit. Maybe I should have killed more like regular dudes. Where is this guy? Oh, there he is. Come on, bitch. Let's see who's a better ninja. Oh, man. This guy's serious. Where did he go?
Hold this ocean down on us if I have to.
Oh, I think he's invulnerable now.
Lizard, leech, bloody worm.
Underwater fortress. This is actually kind of cool when I stop and actually look around and see this. Usually I'm like not really paying attention and, you know, like talking to chat and shit. Like, this is cool. Get fucking wrecked, loser. Wait, I think I need to hit him with my operator,
Nowhere
right?
left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
If he's invulnerable. It is gorgeous. This game is fucking gorgeous, man.
Would you look at you? Worthless, ugly freaks.
Wait, what is going on here? Oh, he's flooding the place. Oh, I just realized I can do this ability right here and give my Warframe. What do you call it? Energy. You don't know where I'm at, do you? Alright. Let's get to business. Dude, sit still, man. Get slammed.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
That's actually like a cool fight. Now that I stopped to actually do it.
Be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
It's not just a face switch when he becomes invincible. You don't need operator for this fight. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, it was like one shot with the Brahma. I actually destroyed that guy. So let's see what we got here. Nothing. Oh, Equinox Day aspect
A new quest is
blueprints.
available in your codex.
Justice Cross suspected. Look at that.
Unread inbox messages make me ill.
Your actions have consequences.
It can be hard to have hope. When the
What's
man
this guy's problem? Is he mad now that I kicked his ass?
and the system serves
Should I go do it again? I'm gonna do it again. Wait, where did it go? Wait, does he... Where's the assassination? Can I only do it once? Oh, no, it's right here. It's Titania. What's up, Slender? How you doing, man? Equinox Farm? Actually, I'm going for Ash. Regular Ash, Nikiri. How you doing, Nikiri? I know I need a lot more. Who wants to do this shit with me? Actually, we could just run through this really quick.
Career researcher Tyler Gregor has made alarming strides in the field of gene repair. His work
We could do this really quick, just over and over again. It was actually cool. I will say that it was actually cool to do this by myself without anybody with me, because this is the first time I've ever done this mission solo.
Always so calm, always in control. She doesn't care about you, Tenno. She doesn't love you. Not like I love the two men you murdered.
Guy needs to calm the fuck down, dude.
Attack us, and we'll counter.
I'm very excited now. The anticipation. I always learn so much. Why dissection?
I just want to make sure I get enough energy so I could just honestly rip him up with my regulators when I get there. Dude, this is so cool. Like, look at this. It's beautiful in here.
Too humane. Your death will be painful.
I've awoken the evil that plagues the Tenno. Stalker is upon me. Oh, is that what happened? So when I killed Tile, now the Stalker is pissed off at me or something? Oh, I need health, dude. Shit. Rod. You want to play, man? You gonna eat first? Cross, I know you'd hop in if you could, man. Yeah, so I'm marked then. I'm marked now essentially. Where's this guy? Food is life. Damn right it is.
First you, Tenno. Next, your Lotus. Come for a fight? Oh, should have dressed for a funeral.
Get smashed, dude. One Brahma shot.
Gonna pull this
And it didn't even
ocean
kill him?
down on
Damn
us
it.
if I have
Shit.
to.
Oh, he's doing his thing where he floods everything, I think. Come on, where are you?
Would you look at you? Worthless, ugly freaks.
Why is he talking shit to me like that? Oh, look at that knockback. Oh my god. I need some energy, actually.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
Dude, they're really
This
fast.
is
Like,
for the tube men.
these maniacs are fast. Like, I need to... Where did they go? Older than War Within? What's older than War Within? Where are these guys, dude? Where's this tile guy? Or tile? Regger. Oh, there's this maniac guy right there. Okay. Screw you, pal. Oh, that now I see all the enemies? What the hell, dude?
Distraction.
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. No, chat, no. I made it.
It won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
The tile set's 4 years old, maybe more. But it looks, I mean, it looks great. Equinox Day Systems Blueprint. Older than War. Oh, the tile set's older than War Within. Okay. I enjoyed it. Does that, Rod, are you trying to play? Are you back? Who wants to join me in this silliness? Cause I just want to farm like some frames, to be honest. I know he's cheating on me with food. Very, very unacceptable. Super unacceptable, actually. I honestly... Yeah, no, I guess, you know what, Cross, you are actually right. I was gonna say Wukong would be okay to use, but her regulators are super
Grenier
super
researcher
boss,
Kyle
especially
Becker
for those guys that
alarming
disappear and shit.
strides in the field of gene repair. Would not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive cloning, but also allow for stronger and deadlier genetic molds. Eliminate Regor and put a stop to his work.
You had me anxious, Tenna. Nervous. Pacing even. Didn't think you'd come. Such a relief. I'll finally get the chance to hurt you.
I missed the Skajati chat. So glad I'm using it again. Oh, there's the door.
I'm very excited now. The anticipation. Ooh, I always learn so much.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Fuck, man. What is chat? What is hitting me? Like, what is this like electric shit that's hitting me and destroying my shields in this area?
Dissection.
Is it the water?
No, that sounds
It's the water, isn't it?
Your death will be painful.
You gonna lurk?
very
Okay, cool.
excited
Sounds good,
now.
Cross.
The anticipation. Ooh. First you, Tenno. Next, your Lotus. Dissection? No. That sounds too humane. Your death will be painful. Would you look at you? Worthless, ugly freaks. Gonna pull this ocean down on us if I have to.
Gotta pull this ocean down. Man, he's angry. What an angry guy. Not enough energy. Okay, I'll use my Newport. Actually, use the Brahma on this guy.
Come for a fight? Oh, should have dressed for a funeral.
Traps, they have electric mines. Okay, that's what was hitting me. That was really annoying, Eternal, actually. I need to watch out for those.
To hide. Nowhere left to run.
I see them.
Come near me, and I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
He's gonna pound me into a tiny cube. Okay. I've beat him like 3 times in a row, and this guy's still talking shit to me. This guy's the best. Oh. This guy a glass enemy? It's actually quite a fun fight,
Target down.
especially doing it
Assassination
solo.
contract complete.
Kind of cool.
Great work, Tenno. Keep moving. None scanners have detected you. Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Armor doesn't affect shields. What did I get this time? Equinox Knight? Vordy, what's up, dude? How are you, man? Vord, are you streaming right now, or are you just getting off? How are you doing, man? Thanks for the follow, dude. The knight is really fun, but he bugs out from time to time. You know what we were doing the other day? We were actually leveling stuff with Equinox. He was, it was Raccoon and I, and he was like putting everybody to sleep. He was putting everybody to sleep, and I was just kind of like walking in with, like unleveled frames. Been trying to find you on when I had time. Thanks for stopping by, man. Dude, Vort, what's happening, man? I've been enjoying your content. Guys, if you, we raided Vort and his wife Twyla a couple of times, but I'm gonna just drop a quick shout out. I know it's early in the night, but they're fun couple to watch. So here, let's drop them a follow when you guys get a chance. Equinox is my main. You main Equinox? Yeah, guys, check out Vort and Twyla. There's fellow streamers that actually live in my state. Like, we live fairly close to each other. Cool, thanks, Cross. I appreciate it. Equinox is pretty fine right now. Speaking as another Equinox main. Nakira, you like Equinox? Where's Rod? You're chilling right now, Vort? Oh, cool. Awesome. You guys are in like wandering around mobile? On mobile? Oh, okay, cool. Sweet, man. Yeah, you guys are like an hour, I think an hour away from me. I'm in like the Detroit area. I think that's one of the things that kind of led me to your stream, because I noticed, I think I joined the stream one day and somebody said something about like Michigan or something like that. You mean Loki? You have a lot of regrets. I don't know if I thought you were talking, when you said Loki, I don't know why Limbo popped in my head, but I hate playing with Limbo sometimes.
Leech, bloody worm!
We were talking about Fago, that's right. Nice. Hi Twyla, how are you? Yeah, we're just getting started, guys. We're actually gonna do we're doing something. I'm partnering up with another streamer friend of mine. He's a musician, and you know, I'm a musician, so it kind of went hand in hand for me. And we're gonna be doing like kind of like a podcast on Thursdays where we talk about what it's like to be a new Warframe player. So we're gonna be doing that tonight as soon as he gets on. And yeah, I don't know. I thought it would be a nice touch for the channel.
What color juice spills out? I'm very excited now.
Pretty okay to use with natural talent.
Ooh, I always learn so much.
Nakiri, I wouldn't have taken you as a Equinox player, to be honest. Oh, you know what? With the Skajati, if I like sneak up on people, I get that invisibility. So that's, damn it, that one guy saw me.
Your death will be painful.
Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
Nobody knows I'm here. These guys are literally shooting at me. Hey, what's up, Map? How you doing? Thanks for the follow, Map. Map. That's a cool name. Odd choice of names, I'd say, but nevertheless, cool, man. What's up, Map? How you doing? Get some energy before I actually go face this guy this time. What's up, Excalibur? Good to see you again. How are you doing? And I'm drinking some pop here. That's another Michigan term. So if anybody knows what pop is, essentially it's soda. You're gonna grab me a pop, is what we say here. Oh, why is it taking me a different route this time? By nobody, Lotus means no alarms. Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna say, like, everybody's shooting at me. How does nobody know I'm here? The movement in this game is actually ridiculous. Like this, I think that's what draws me the most. Is just how you can move around like this. It's just so much fun. The power fantasy aspect is ridiculous. Here we go. We're gonna beat this guy's ass. You're doing good? Good, man. Are you a Warframe player? Do you play Warframe map? I'm assuming you are since you stopped by.
First you, Tenno. Next, your Lotus.
I know. You're gonna kill me in Lotus. I know.
It's hammer time!
It's hammer time. Like MC Hammer? I've never heard him say that. What the hell?
Gonna pull this ocean down on us if I have to.
You on PC map or are you on console? I would like to get on this statue up here, chat. Can I jump on this? Oh, you sure can. You jump on the leg? Or how do you do this? If I could like jump up here on this dude's statue, like, and get like a better point of view, I could just use my regulators to just smash all these maniacs. But whatever, we'll just go up here, I guess.
Come near me and
Oh yeah, that's fine, dude.
you into a tiny
Not
cube.
worried about the slow response. Come on. Hang out, you're hanging out. That's what matters to me, dude. You know what I mean? This augment is a lifesaver, by the way, chat. This waltz, Mesa waltz, amazing.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
You're on console, Xbox or PS4? Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize that the water can push you off there. That's kind of cool. No, no, no. Come on. Out of the water. You're doing arbitrations tonight, Cross? I would like to get to that at some point or another. Where's this guy? Come on, pal. Damn it.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Yeah.
Detecting a large 34s heading your way. It's
Wait.
the Grenier.
Oh, I'm on. Is this on lockdown now? Oh no, it is. Okay, let me go out here and. Open the door, assholes. Get me out of here. Really? Really?
Target down. Assassination contract complete.
What do we get? Equinox Day Aspect Blueprint. Okay, so Nikiri, maybe Nikiri or Cross, you can maybe explain this. What is the Aspect Blueprint? I don't know if I remember seeing that before. Aspect Blueprint. I know there's regular Equinox Day blueprints, but what is an Aspect Blueprint? And I think I might just go back to Wukong, to be honest. Oh, day and night. So is night called aspect or something? Is that what that means? Aspect is the version you swap to. Okay. I think we'll do Wukong for this. I don't know if... I mean, Mesa was fine, but I think I can handle this with Wukong actually pretty quickly, to be honest. What do you think, chat? Like, I don't necessarily need Mesa's regulators for this. This has been super easy. I've just been kind of slamming this dude. Hey, Potato. What's happening, my dude? How are you, man? Read her first ability?
Did you hear that? It said
Base frame farm is 3 parts. Night... 3 parts plus night aspect, 3 parts a day aspect, and base frame. Okay, that... Thank you for that, Vort. Okay. Because I think, I think Equinox was actually given to me. And I've never had to farm Equinox. So that's, okay. That's good to know. Thank you. Potato just waking up, as usual. Good morning. Are you gonna have your breakfast and watch the stream? And if so, I would like to know what you're eating. Just don't go into too much detail because I'm currently on a diet. And I'm really hungry. Trying to lose some weight here.
But also allow for stronger and deadlier genetic molds.
See, with Wukong, it's just like, man,
You had me anxious, Tenno.
just fly through the tile set, you know?
Such a relief. I'll finally get the chance to hurt you.
We're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
I'm very excited now. The anticipation. Ooh, I always learn so much.
I can have my Celestial Twin kind of fight his, the Maniac guys that he said his ads or whatever. I think that's a better... I don't know. I just like Wukong's mobility, so I think I'm going to use him.
Your death will be... Hey, first
In a bit,
you,
you'll be
Tenno.
having breakfast? Okay,
Next,
perfect.
Your Lotus.
Roller? Where did this thing come from?
High lizard, leech, bloody worm.
Oh,
Gonna pull
okay.
this ocean down on
He's
us
angry.
if I have to.
Oh, he's involved. I can't, like, hurt him right now, I forgot. Nope. Equinox Prime made everyone's lives easier with no primed day and night aspects. Let me ask you this though, like what you said you're arguably a... Okay, I need to put this guy away actually. Screw that, I'll just do this solo. You said you were Nikira, you said like you're an Equinox main, or you like using Equinox a lot along with Cross. What, I guess, what ability appeals to you the most? Is it the sleep ability? I think that's a really good one.
Come for a fight? Oh, should have dressed for a funeral.
I think I have an Arcane Guardian actually. I think I...
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I was looking into it. I know I have a couple Arcanes. I don't know if I have Guardian though. What the hell, man? How come I can't get out of this? Oh, you gotta like... What the hell? That was weird. I think I have an Arcane Guardian. Oh, you know what else I got, chat? I got a maxed out Magus Elevates.
This is for
The one that you the one that heals you or whatever. I got a maxed out one. It was actually gifted to me by a good friend. He just had no use for it actually. And he wanted to gift it to me, so I thought that was really cool actually. Dude. No energy.
Nice work taking
Come on.
down the VIP.
I guess
Now
it's
get
not
to
that far. I
extraction.
can just bullet jump all the way back home.
Target down.
The
Assassination
force skill
contract.
does it the most for me. When in night form, all the damage you and your friends can do be turned into new. What? I've never seen that. Oh, that's cool. So it ramps up, I guess, somehow. That's cool. I think that's what's gonna actually drive me to keep playing this game. I was saying this earlier. This is what's gonna drive me to keep playing this game more, is just to kind of experience all the different frames. I do have Equinox though, so I can use Equinox and try all those abilities, Nikiri. I've only used Equinox like once or twice. I think it was with Raccoon, and we literally just for like 10-15 minutes did the leveling. I think it was on Hydron or something. And then ever since then I haven't touched him or her. I guess there's two different versions of Equinox. Well, yeah, Equinox washes his face every day. No pimples. Dad joke, Nikiri?
Operator, the
I'm
system
expecting like a
you begin another mission.
hand to the head emote. Slap to the face emote. Where's Rod? Is Rod here yet or no? Rod, are you back? Equinox is a she? What's up, Crunchy? How you doing, man? I thought Equinox was a man during like the nighttime or something, and then a she during the daytime. You're saving for that 10K. Awesome. Perfect. Makes me feel good. I'm sure you'll get it in no time. You're always here, Nikiri. Rod, did you want to do this with me or what? How you doing, Crunchy? How's your night? Crunchy, are you playing tonight or what? What's happening with you? You know what's up. Damn, Nikiri and Rod are saving up for that. I'm pretty, You're just relaxing, you'd love to join? You want to join? Guys, as soon as Mark gets on, we're gonna do our little talk, and then I'll have to abandon squad, but then after that we'll be back. Let you leave Deimos? Okay. Deimos is a terrible place. Why would you want to be there? It's actually beautiful. I like it. Do one more run. Crunchy, are you actually online right now? What's your in-game name again? Because I know it's not Crunchy. Okay, you're loading right now. Maim and Mend. Maim/Mend is your favorite on Equinox? Premium Tato. Yeah, you're not online yet. I'll wait a second until you log in. All right, sounds good. I'm gonna invite you right now, Crunchy. You like the name you're seeing? What name, Potato? What do you mean? Premium potato? Oh, look, 2 potatoes in a pea pod. Look at that. If that could fit. I would go for premium potato, but it was too long. That is kind of long. Going to do it. Hold on 1 second here, chat. Okay, cool. Okay, Eternal. Here's a dad joke. Dad joke number 1 of the night. We're just getting started. What did the tree say to its branches in autumn? Are you ready for this? Leave me alone. Lovely. Leave me alone. Kiri, what's up? All right, hold on 1 second, chat. Hold on. We're gonna run this one. I think. Actually, you know what? While we're doing our talk, what's up, Graham? How you doing, man? Smashing pumpkins to hear dad joke better. Turns down smashing pumpkins. I actually feel honored that you did that. Thank you. So hold on. We're going to
Fantasy.
Shamala. Hi, Shamala. Is it Shamala? What's up? Thanks for the follow. All right. Do you guys want to? Okay. So I'm not in my Discord. We're just gonna have to play this without communication. Just kind of maybe just communicate through through the chat in Twitch, because we're about to do our round table in just a minute with Mark. Mark's gonna pull me into chat. Honestly, like if we're just gonna be doing this and farming like brainless missions like this, we could still run these missions and I could still have my talk with him. How you doing, Shamala? Did I say your name right, by the way? Shamala? I said it right. I'm on a pretty good streak with saying Twitch names right, so I'm happy I said your name. How you doing, Shamala? Are you playing Warframe? Are you a Warframe junkie like we are?
Grenier researcher Tyle Reiger has made alarming strides in the field of gene repair. His work would not only reverse centuries of deterioration
Shamala,
due to excessive
Shamala, ding dong.
also allow for
But it was too long.
deadlier genetic molds.
Graham, you want to hear dad joke?
And put a stop to his work. Keep moving.
What's up? How you doing, Apex?
Good.
Good. Let me actually turn you up so everyone can hear you.
Okay. Just crafting a bunch of Deimos materials.
Oh yeah, that sounds like the norm these days. Whoa, what is going on with the gravity here? What the hell? I'm just doing brain dead missions, fighting this Tyle Reiger guy so I can get some relics to get like basic frames that I don't have that I would like to eventually get. And get some MR for him and maybe even feed him to Fat Boy Hellman. So we'll see.
I'm very excited now. The anticipation. Ooh, I always learn so much from a live dissection.
You play sometimes, not too often. The high speed motion is bad for your head. Oh, that's sad to hear.
A dissection No, 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 no.
Is it
That
bad for your head to
sounds
watch
too
it too? Like if somebody's streaming it? I hope not.
Painful.
You're dragged out of the channel?
Move and strike. We
Okay, you
have
guys need to
win
drag
this.
me in Apex.
You had me anxious. First you, Tenno. Next, your Lotus.
Fantasy.
Thank you, Apex. Appreciate that follow, man.
Lizard, leech, bloody
Apex, do you want to tell Mark to maybe pull me into chat too? Whenever you guys are ready. It's not no rush. Hey Graham, you want to hear that dad joke? I'm pretty sure these guys can handle this tile regger guy. What lies at the bottom of the ocean and what lies at the bottom of the ocean and worries? What lies at the bottom of the ocean and worries? A nervous wreck. W-R-E-C-K. A nervous wreck. I gotta love the dad jokes, man.
Come for a fight. Oh,
That's your favorite one.
funeral.
Alright, where is this guy? He's angry.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
I love telling dad jokes and seeing Nick Harry put that emote in the chat. Like, that's probably one of my favorite things besides the joke itself of the dad joke redemption.
Hey DJ.
What's up, dude?
up?
How you doing, Mark?
Good, dude.
Did you? Oh, you pulled me in. Okay. Hey.
Let me hit everything over here on this end, and we can do some introductions and start things off the right way.
You got it, brother. Okay. I'm just doing some brain dead missions right now. Just getting relics and stuff. Or assistant
worries.
blueprints.
You
So.
look at you, worthless, ugly freaks.
What has a hammer and likes his women dressed up? Wait, what? What up, Pseudo? How you doing, dude? Wait, Graham, are you telling dad jokes? That's my job, man.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work,
Lieutenant Krill voice quote? Oh, I see.
Everything is starting right now. DJ, are you there?
I am
Tell
here.
everybody welcome.
How you doing, man? Let me
Hey.
I'm gonna turn you up in my chat so everybody can hear you in the stream.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, we're gonna turn you really loud, Mark. We want everybody.
Oh God. Oh God. I'm nervous. I'm now nervous.
We're getting quite a few of these Equinox blueprints here. How's your night? How are you guys doing?
I'm doing awesome. We've got our special guest Apex here. Apex, tell both communities what's up, if you could.
Hello, it's me, Apex, the veteran player.
The
The
veteran
only
player.
one. I created
there's
Apex
only-
Legends.
You
There's
created
only-
Apex Legends.
There's only one. There's only one.
There can be only one like Highlander. That's right.
So so we've got some really special stuff tonight. We were talking, I think, last week about, you know, how we wanted this to be something that new players could get information about, and how they could have, you know, a little bit better experience than maybe we've had, DJ.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and what better way, dude? What better way than to just jump in and ask somebody who's been playing the game since day one?
Yeah, exactly. I think when you originally came up, when we originally talked about, you know, bringing experienced players like Apex to the chat, I think I've been actually looking forward to this because, you know, from a different perspective and from a different point of view, I'd like to, ask some questions of myself. So I'm excited.
I will do my best to answer them. Although I haven't been playing since day one, but pretty close.
You better not disappoint us. Disappoint
Yeah,
us.
if you mess this up, I swear.
Don't be nervous.
So Apex, let's start off with like some typical questions, right? Like, when did you start playing Warframe?
So I started in 2013, and this was like probably like June to like May, maybe July at the latest. But my buddy
Okay.
got me into it. He's actually the owner of the clan we're in, Mark. He's the one that's been offline for like 500 days. But he was like, "Hey, you like ninjas and stuff, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love ninjas." He's like, "You like space, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he told me to check out this game, and I played it for like a month, and then just stopped playing it because it's just one of those things where you're like, "Oh, this new stuff came out. I want to go back to my old games." Like, it didn't really hook me, and it pretty much ended like that for a solid like year to 2 years. Like, it was a lot of like playing the game for a month, putting it down, picking it up like 6 months later, 8 months later, and then seeing what's new, and then putting it down after a month. And it wasn't until like 2017, like January or February, where I really picked it back up again and like didn't put it down, and like haven't put it down since.
Whoa! So you stopped playing the game when you first got into it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what happened to me as well. I did the same thing. I think I played the beta for like a day or two, and I was like, you know what, this is kind of dumb. Like I enjoyed it for a very short amount of time, and then I came back recently, and it's been quite addictive, needless to say.
Mm-hmm. And see, I think for me as like, I guess just giving our feedback on it, I got the game because a friend said the same thing. Dude, this game is awesome. You like anime, you like space, this is gonna be perfect. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, but I suck at shooters, right? So I installed it, and I didn't play it for like the first, I don't know, like maybe I played it for like an hour, and then I was like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I didn't play it for like a month or two.
And then look at you now.
I'm still, I don't know.
Fast.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I'd say I'm good yet, but like better than usual.
Yeah, that's kind of like the slow progression, right? Like you just start to slowly learn things and remember things. For me, the biggest thing like is just like memory, because man, there's just so much to take in and so much to do. So I'm like, okay, well, we did this like 2 days ago, but I kind of forgot how to start this or whatever. Like there's just so many avenues and ways to do certain things in this game, and I don't know. I think it keeps people interested. I'm hooked, so I don't know. 3 years though. 3 years seems like, I guess they did their job, man. If you've been playing for 3 years, that's huge, because ideally I personally would like to be playing that long with no interruptions. I know some people want to take breaks every now and then.
Right.
You want to avoid burnout and stuff like that, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, but I think we're playing the right game. I think we are.
Yeah, I agree. The devs definitely like very much care about their community, and there's for sure times where I'll take like breaks, but it's not like the breaks I took like back in 2013 where they were like months long. It's pretty much
every
like
Thursday, Shamala, by the way.
There's a pretty big content drought. I guess I won't play for like a few weeks until the next patch, and it's things like that where like you'll log on for like a day in between like the little like periods where you're waiting for something, and you'll play for a bit, and then you'll put it down, and then you'll come back when there's like a big patch. And that's pretty much like what I was doing for a long time until like more and more people like started playing this game. A lot of the big times I remember where I stopped playing were the period in 2017 where Plains of Eidolon was on its way, and also the period in 2018 or 2019 where Fortuna was coming, and the sacrifice, because both periods were like months long without a patch, and it was a lot of waiting.
Months
And
long. When you say months long, how long?
let me look up when the sacrifice came out. I think it was June, but I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019.
Because
it
I'm
was
not
2019 now.
sure where I heard this. I think somebody was chatting with me the other day, and I was asking them between every update, right? Like between every whatever. Some people call them DLCs. I know they're updates in this game, but so if I say DLC, I apologize. But this is what I mean, right? So
Yeah.
between each update, I think someone had mentioned it's in the avenue or in the realm of like 3 months or so between each one, 3 or 4 months. And I'm not sure if that's like every single update, but that's a typical guesstimate, I think. Does that sound right at all? Or?
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds pretty correct.
Okay,
Like
cool.
before Deimos, we had Operation Scarlet Spear, which I think was like all the way back in May or April. But
Okay.
it was like that right there is like 2 to 3 months at least. And I want to say the sacrifice came out in June, and the update before that was February or January. Like there were smaller updates, but they didn't add anything that was that substantial. Like it was smaller updates that added like 1 or 2 new weapons, and that's it.
Sure.
And a lot of it was preparing for the sacrifice. And May in particular was very, very like crunch time for DE, because they were trying to get the sacrifice out real fast, and they managed to get it out. And it was definitely like an incredible quest. But I think that's one of the like bigger problems with this game is it's less content, like evenly spread out, and big patches at once with like little in between. And I think they're starting to fix that. I think Nightwave was a excellent thing to fix that like problem of not having anything in between.
Okay.
And Nightwave
Well,
is
so-
definitely something that like keeps you in the game.
I feel like you hit you've talked about so much stuff at this point. I gotta slow your roll down, dude.
Yeah, no worries.
Let-
I
let-
am kind of
like-
all over the place.
It's crazy because that's so much content, right?
It is.
So let me ask a question for you, because I think this is something I'm more interested in to know, and I don't know, DJ, you might be in the same inquisitive mindset as I am, but
Yeah, let's hear it.
what was the game like when you first played this in 2013 versus what DJ and I have got into playing?
So it was simply fun and also fucking awful. Like
Let's talk
Back
about the
then-
fun part first.
okay, so the fun part, I literally understood nothing about this game. For the longest time, my top like weapons were
Mhm.
so just top everything was Rhino, Dread, Despair, and I think the Dragon Nikana. I
Oh,
can't remember,
okay.
but I like exclusively used those things and didn't understand mastery at all. And literally from like 2013 to probably 2014 or 2015, I was the same mastery rank. Like
Wow.
I didn't understand that like leveling things up increased your account level, and I was purely hooked on the fact that like I slash thing in half, it looked cool. Me stab again. And that
I mean,
was like my entire game plan.
That
was why I
definitely
played
sounds
Warframe.
like my first experience, so I can relate in some ways.
Mhm.
That's crazy though. DJ, what are you thinking about that?
So I mean, I think it was around. So you said 2013, right? Apex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was around the same time when I tried the game. I specifically remember, and I could be wrong. This could be like a different time frame, but it was around that time where me and my friend Martu, which some of you guys know Martu, he's always playing with us in the channel. We were playing the game, and we were doing excavation missions over and over because we knew nothing else about the game and we didn't know what the hell to do. So I thought one of the the cool things was like, you know, with Excalibur and like his abilities and just the way he looked. I think that was fun for me. Hey Conjure, what's up, dude? Thanks for the sub, man. Yeah, so you know, to play that mission over and over again and try to understand that type of mission, that was fun for like a very short amount of time. But then to come here today and like see like some of the things that Apex just talked about, like the Dread. The Dread was one of my favorite weapons to use. So it's amazing to me that you used those back then and it's still like kind of relevant today, because essentially what the Brahma is, it's the Dread, right? It just explodes. So yeah, I don't know. I like the way they're evolving the game. That's huge for me.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say, like, how different was? I mean, obviously, it sounds like there's an aspect that drew you into it that's fun, right? But can you elaborate on like what those things were?
The combat, the melee combat for sure. And part of the gunplay, but for me it was mainly the melee combat. Like everything, even back then, felt so fluid to use. I'd never played anything like that before. Like,
Really?
So the games before that I had played were mainly like League of Legends, which is a completely different game. I had played like Skyrim. I had tried Dark Souls and failed horribly at it. And like played a lot of first-person shooters. And in none of them, nothing captured melee combat like as well as this game did. And the speed and fluidity of melee combat is what drew me into it, and that's still like the main thing I use. Like in most cases, I'm using a melee weapon over.
Yeah, I
like,
mean, you mentioned the Dragon Nikana. I mean, and the Nikanas in general. I don't personally have the Dragon Nikana, but I have Nikanas that I use. Like for instance, the Skajati is considered a Nikana, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so that, you know, that's what I'm currently using. So I can totally relate to that, and being quick and just agile and being able to just like bullet, you know, kind of like fly through the air. Well, I think that was one of the things that and still is today. And I think I was talking about this earlier in stream, so some of you may have already heard this, but the ability to move around in this game is what draws me to it. And not only that, on top of that is just the ability to use different frames and have different kind of gameplay, right? So it's essentially like you're almost playing a new game, right? Like you're almost playing a new game when you're using a different frame, because it's just, you know, it's different. It's different gameplay.
Yeah. And I think the gameplay of frames is another thing that drew me in, because I was playing a lot of League of Legends at the time. Like I had just gotten into it.
Toxic.
And yeah. And the idea of like frames having like 4 powers is pretty much like the same thing as like how League has it, because all characters have like 3 basic abilities and an ultimate and a passive. But at the time, I don't think Warframes had passives.
Yeah.
And they didn't even really have like abilities. It was like all mod cards. So you had like I think it was 10 mod slots. It might have still been 8, but you had to like put your abilities in the mod category. So you pretty much only had like 6 to like 4 mod slots, because you, like, in most cases were trying to use all of your abilities, or at least the good ones anyways, and you couldn't just have them like you do now. You had to put them on your mod slots. It was very, very different.
Yeah, that sounds potentially like a lot more work.
It definitely was, and it was not nearly as fun as it is today.
Yeah.
And that was part of the awful part. Like at the time, I didn't really realize how bad that was. But then, like later on, when you come back to like Warframe now, and like every Warframe just has their passive, their 3 abilities, and their ultimate, everything just feels way better. And looking back on that, that's what I mean by like everything felt awful.
Okay. I mean, but that's a fair thing to talk about, and I think for anybody that's looking at potentially getting into the game, right?
Yep.
You know, it's like that's one of those things that you have to that you want to share, you know, because when you watch a video that's talking about gameplay, when you watch a trailer, when you watch you know, a tutorial or maybe somebody's first playthrough on like YouTube or something, right? You're not going to get those kinds of interactions. You're not going to get that kind of information that, for me, makes me want to invest in a game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're definitely not going to. I think the hardest thing I think the hardest thing in general about being a new player to this game, or even just looking, right? Like, for instance, Martu was dude, for like, I want to say like 4 years. Dude, you got to check out Warframe again, man. It's so much better now. And they did this and they did that. And just showing me like small video clips and stuff like that, it just wasn't enough for me, man. Like, I needed him to kind of like walk me through it and say, hey, this is what this is about. And to have somebody and to have people like in the community like that is just super important, because I don't think you'd ever just want to jump in this game at first glance, or even first playthrough, or so
Yeah.
I feel like for you to do that and like succeed at playing Warframe, like quote unquote, you would have to be specifically looking for something that this game provides. Like,
absolutely.
Specifically be looking for fluid melee combat, or like these abilities that these Warframes have, and you'd have to like latch onto that and only be able to like play the game through that and find out everything else after.
See,
but
and
I fully agree with you.
Yeah, that's hard. I look back when you guys are talking about the experiences of what you were looking for in a game. I honestly just think I was bored of most of the MMOs I played, and somebody told me this was MMO-like.
MMO-ish.
MMO adjacent. Yeah, and so I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, okay, I got, like, what else am I going to lose trying a game that's free to play? Like, zero, like zero.
Apex,
and it's like, I think
sorry to interrupt, Mark. Did you have that link so I can link it in my chat for the... So we can essentially see both chats?
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
Yeah, drop that in the chat. Go ahead, Mark. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Don't you hear? No, dude, no. I was just hanging out talking to chat while you were doing that. No big deal.
Cool.
No, I mean, one of those things for me is like, I think the one thing that captured my attention was, well, it's a game that if you like, you don't need, so like, okay, so first of all, it was free to play, so there was really no investment,
right?
And honestly, like, I have like a bittersweet taste when someone tells me a game's free to play, because I grew up playing subscription model MMOs, and I just think all the games I tried currently that do a free to play model are not good. So
agreed.
Either that, or they take they want you to insert the credit card pretty fucking hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
definitely,
I was like, I don't know, but I checked it out, and honestly, like, once I started playing, I was kind of like, how is this game free to play? Like, I remember dropping a ton of money to play Destiny with some friends, and I was like, that game cost me like $60, and I feel like when I started, I knew what to do, and within a week I was done.
Yeah.
And in this game, I started, and a week later I was like, holy shit, I'm like anxious because I don't know what to do.
Because there's so much content.
Yeah, that's the difference, I think, with the content map. You know what I mean? There's such a difference in how each game presented itself. And so, I will say what I like, though, is that for me, there is an MMO vibe in this game. Whether or not you're like, it's a shooter, it's a action game, I don't know, whatever. Like, I don't really care. But I think it leans heavy on the story.
Yeah. There's the story, and I'm sure Apex could kind of, put his, kind of give his take on this. But the story in this game is actually really, really good. I think what Destiny lacked from the first one. So first of all, let me just say this, because I know there's always this huge, kind of don't kill me chat. Like, Destiny, was a lot of fun to me when I first played it, because there's really no other game like it. I understand Warframe was a thing, but I really didn't, like, it wasn't marketed as heavily as Destiny was, right? So at that time I was on console, and then I played Destiny, and it was amazing to play for a little bit, and the movement was cool and stuff like that. I just lost my train of thought, but hold on,
Okay.
Apex. Apex, do me a favor. This is why I lost my train of thought. Do me a favor. Can you link that in Discord? Because I think the bot timed it out.
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah, but Destiny was fun for a little bit, and that's what that's what I was gonna say. That's where it just lacked content because there was only so many times you can go and fight the same boss over and over again, right? Like I understand that excuse me also happens in this game from time to time, but at least in this game you have a ton of other shit you can do, and then eventually circle back around to like fighting that boss. For instance, like this Tile Regger guy that we keep doing this mission for. Like I haven't fought him in a couple weeks, right? Like it's not like you're doing the same shit over and over again. That's how I felt with Destiny. There's just not enough content, not enough story. The story was shit in the first Destiny. You know, yeah, they improved it on the second one, but man, the story in this game is insane.
That goes back to roadmap and release planning, right? Like we saw that fall short with Anthem. We've seen that fall short with plenty of, like I could name every single game that's basically come out in the last 5 years that hasn't planned itself out like they should have.
Dude,
right?
Anthem.
And I think
Oh my
everyone in chat's like, ooh, that's brutal, dude. But it's true, right? You can't just have a shell of a game and not think about what you're going to do and how you're going to release it. I look at Destiny and I go, there's content and they released it in blocks, but those blocks were consumed very quickly. And you look at even World of Warcraft, the same kind of situation happens. I mean, it's going to be the same repetitive nature in most of the games that we play that are online. And that's because, you know, like they're trying to get you to play it, guys. Like, you know, we have to admit that they want people to log in and play their game, which is fair. You know, I would want somebody to do that if I made a game as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, but what do you think? I think my question, Apex, that's going to be next is what do you think Warframe does well versus the other games? And let's use like Borderlands, let's use Anthem, let's use Battle Royale. You can bring that in with seasonal constructs and things like that, and MMOs.
Ooh.
So let's tag each one of those genres because I think this game does have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and Apex, you've played a lot of those kinds of games, right?
I've played a lot of MMOs. I've played Borderlands. I played Destiny 2, not 1. I've played like pretty much a lot of like big games. There's very few things I haven't played.
Sure.
But I think the one thing that Warframe does better than all of them is the complete opposite of what you see in free-to-play games. And that's free-to-play games typically want you to log in every single day and play them.
But you get this cool thing if you log in today, bro.
Yeah, and Warframe does the opposite of that. Warframe doesn't care if you take a few days and don't play it. And Warframe, especially with the Nightwave changes that they added, encourages you to play it at your own pace. And I think that's the best thing that it does.
I totally agree with that. Yep.
And to elaborate on that, in most free-to-play games, you're forced to log in every day, and if you don't log in every day, your daily login rewards like completely reset, right? So at the bare minimum, you have to log in once a day. And Warframe does have a daily login thing, but it doesn't reset at all. It used to, and their old system did that, but the new system keeps track of how many days you have logged in, not in a row. So just total days logged in. I think right now I'm at like something like 650 or approaching 650.
Wow.
But it doesn't care if you skip a few days. Even with the Nightwave stuff, you can skip weeks and go back to it and not feel like you've been like left behind. Because if you complete all of the like current Nightwave stuff, it starts reloading the previous week, so you can do those as well. And that's pretty much like what happened. Like I think at the start of this Nightwave, I didn't do like any of the Nightwave stuff, and I missed like an entire month's worth of Nightwaves. And it wasn't until like you and I started playing, Mark, that like I started looking at them and I was like, huh, I should do those. And like within like 3 days, I had done all of the Nightwave stuff and like have gotten completely up to date. And I'm already in like the prestige stuff for it, for like the just extra tokens. And I literally did that like within the course of like 3 days after like not paying attention to it for like 3 months. And I think things like that is what really sets Warframe apart, in the fact that like you can play it completely at your own pace. If you want to go faster, pay platinum. You don't even have to spend money to get platinum. You can just trade it
Yeah.
and speed yourself up.
Yep.
Well,
Absolutely.
so somebody told me this, and I thought this was one of the most interesting things, you know. And obviously, I'll let you continue the compare and contrasting with some of the other games that you played as well.
Mhm.
But somebody had said, you know, as a free to play model, they said it's kind of weird because if you just hang out and you just play the game,
Mhm.
you'll eventually get everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very true. And that does happen with some of the other games, but usually you have to pay at some point to get everything, right? And
Right.
yeah, if you don't pay for anything in Warframe, you can absolutely unlock everything, but it will still take time. But I still think that's like worth it, because at the very least you're just creating more content for yourself and also keeping
Mhm.
yourself at a pace so that you don't get burned out,
Yeah,
or
I
like you
agree.
don't run out of things to do.
Yep, I agree. I think the one of the reasons why these guys are so successful in not only just keeping a good player base but also making money as well is that it doesn't feel forced, right? It's kind of like,
Yeah.
hey, it's here if you want it. You know, we're not saying you should do this. You could do it if you'd like, and they kind of do it so well to where you just don't feel forced, right? So
Yeah.
that pressure, dude. I've played so many free to play games that make you feel pressured. It pay to win essentially, right? Like you will
Yeah.
get,
Right.
if you don't have the best weapon, the next guy is going to, because he has the money to drop on it, and you're gonna lose. Like, what fun is that? It's the pay to win
Right.
model makes money, but it just pisses people off. And I think they do a good job of not pissing their fans off and listening to their fans and saying, hey, you know what, you could spend money if you'd like, but it's not necessary. And that's, I think that's what they're really good at.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they even go on the other end of that, and they don't give you the option to do certain things. Like I was complaining to this, or to Mark, about this the other day, where
Oh no. Oh no.
you can't
Here we
buy
go.
more than 20 loadout slots. Like, so if, for those like on stream who don't know, you get loadout slots for each even mastery rank in the game, and then you can buy up to 20 extra. So right now I think I have like 32 or 36 or something.
Okay.
And then you can like copy those and like put any Warframe you want on them. And ideally, in my perfect Warframe, I'd be able to have a loadout slot for like every single Warframe, and there's like 40 plus of them now, I think, maybe 50.
Right.
But also have like a bunch of loadout stuff for like Eidolons, and this is like my Harrow Eidolon loadout, and this is my Volt Railjack loadout, or just like random things like that. But they have it limited so that you can only buy 20, and I don't know why. Not sure why that's a thing. Kind of wish it wasn't, so I could just give them money. But like even with the Helminth system that just came out, right? They didn't intend for players to spend money to rush Helminth. And even in the patch note where they changed that and they added a rush option for like 50 plat, they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we didn't want that to be an option, but you guys want it, so give us money, I guess. And people wanted that. Like, I wanted that. That's
Well,
great. I hate the
so
Helminth feature in some aspects, but
I think that's another point. So we won't go into that one because I definitely want to ask you some questions about the new expansion, basically.
yeah.
But you know, that brings up like an interesting point. Like, how slow was life from a virtual gaming standpoint in 2013 versus 2020? I mean, that's a real question to look at, because that's why a lot of people have had to adapt and change things,
Yeah.
because we as players are very fucking demanding.
Yeah, definitely. Give me my loadout slots, please.
And I think that's fair. I think that's fair to I think that's fair to say, though, you know, to definitely point out, like, hey, definitely see that we have, you know, with the way that games have changed, I feel like we've become we want more of that instantaneous, even though playing a game is already instantaneous. You know, it's it's really it's a weird thing, and I think we have no one to hold accountable except us as gamers.
I think Nick Curie said something in the chat that kind of goes back to what we were just talking about too. He personally just switches configurations. That just forces, or not forces, but that reinforces our theory about what we were just talking about. Like, it's here, guys. Like, you have the possibility to do this. You don't have to pay to do this, but switching configurations is just another way to kind of save, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah.
I mean, and that's 100% you could do that. I'll tell you, like, from my standpoint, when I play a game, I like having a Warframe set up with loadouts that are assigned. I like color schemes. I like outfits. I like having one button I can click to switch everything.
Yeah, so pretty OCD.
Yeah, super OCD. And that's just for me as I play. I'm like that in every game. I'm like that in real life. Like, it's just how it is. And so for somebody like myself, I would love having more loadout slots, and I wouldn't care if I had to pay for those loadout slots. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Well,
right.
I definitely think there are people on both ends, because I've posted this to the Warframe subreddit, and I've also posted this to the Warframe forum, and in both cases, I got people saying like, "Oh, you can just use configs. I only use one loadout slot ever, and I just switch it." And I think that's very, very valid, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people do. And
right.
I'd probably argue that it's probably solid 50-50 on like people using loadout slots or just ever using one, based on like the amount of people I've like heard ask for more and also not care about it. And I feel like both options should be there, not just like one, you know what I mean? And
from a
that's pretty
viability
much,
standpoint, it just caters to different thought processes, I think.
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I agree. Let me ask you this, Apex, if you don't mind. What was your? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we're talking. When you first started playing the game, what would you say was your first focus of the game? Like, so yeah, that was hard for me because, and the reason why I'm asking is because I just literally dealt with this recently, like 3 months ago when I first started playing this again. I didn't know what to start doing or what to start focusing on until like 3 months later, until like right now.
To be honest, I don't think I had a focus.
So you were kind of just went in blind, kind of like I did.
I literally, as soon as I got Rhino, Dread, and Despair, I literally was only focused on killing things and was literally just going mission to mission, killing things. And that was literally my entire way of playing the game until like 2015 or 2016.
And you did say earlier, I know you mentioned that you were like stuck at a certain MR for like a whole year or something like that.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
That probably had some major play in that. Would you say?
Yeah, but actually, I think the first thing that I focused on was getting the Dragon Ninkana.
Oh.
Because that buddy that introduced me to the game, that was his focus as well, and both of us were like racing against each other to see who could get the Dragon Ninkana first. I think he won.
Oh wow!
But like, I was straight up just trying to get that as fast as possible, and once I did, I don't think I had a focus after that. I think that was my first and only focus, until probably Limbo's Quest.
Ooh, I want spoilers at some point, but I don't want to like derail too hard, right?
Yeah,
because we still have to figure out, how does this compare to like some of the other games that you played though? When you think of maybe Borderlands, MMOs, and
shooters.
Let's just throw out like a shooter or battle royale. Let's use one of the two, right? Because they are different. I mean, I'm willing to admit that. I'm bad at all of them, but it's okay.
So I think how this compares to a shooter is the quality of the guns. And when I say quality of the guns, I mean like everything about the gun. Like if you look at something like Call of Duty has like maybe like earlier Call of Duties probably had like 10 to like 20 guns. Newer Call of Duties have like probably closer to like 15 to like 30 guns. But in most cases, all of them look pretty similar. I think in the newer Call of Duties, there's like way more ways to customize your guns with like skins and stuff like that. And
Okay.
before it was just camos, but compared to shooters, Warframe just goes over the top with their guns. Like there's so many weird things about the guns in Warframe, and they just do not care at all. Like about how their guns look, about what their guns do. They will do anything to make a gun cool.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that's what really sets them apart from like other shooters, at least. They have so many different ways you can customize your gun, whether it's skins, whether it's how you paint it, whether it's like what the gun does or its effects. I really think it's the effects where they shine, though. With how many like different mechanics there are for guns.
Yep.
Well, and I'd love to ask this as somebody that doesn't dive too hard into shooters.
Mhm.
Like on the surface, some of the stuff that you're describing feels like I have that option in every shooter.
What do you mean?
Well, like I can customize a skin in Call of Duty. I
Yeah.
can swap out a mag. I can change this cool thing in Borderlands. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like what really makes it super different?
The fact that like the gun designs are not standard gun designs at all, even from like a sci-fi perspective. Like, yeah, sure, there are
Right.
some standard gun designs like the Lex or
Mhm.
the what's that one gun
Boltor?
called?
Was it Boltor?
No, not Boltor. The Bratton. That looks like a FAMAS, like that gun. Like all
Not that
all of the
brat-
guns like start pretty normal, but the
Yeah.
further you get into the game, the weirder shit gets. Like if you look at even like the Brahma,
I love
the
it.
Brahma is an exploding bow that's got like these weird circles on it, and like the Ferox is a gun spear that chains things together and shoots lasers.
It's so
Like
Right.
that's something you would never ever see in Call of Duty.
No,
And like
at all.
yeah, sure, they are completely different genres, but like even if they were the same genre, I feel like Warframe, I don't think I've ever seen a game that has better looking guns than Warframe.
I will say the appearance thing, like there's like 1,000 things we can talk about with just that.
Definitely.
And we will tonight. Oh, it's gonna be on, guys. Okay. But I like hearing that aspect, you know, from like from your experience. And again, remember everybody, this is just based on experience with gaming and kind of like, you know, what each of us have played before and what we think it feels like. You know what I mean? Everybody has kind of a difference of opinion, much like music, you know, and I'll use that as an example since DJ and I are both musicians as well. It's like if there's a genre you don't like, that doesn't mean it's bad, right?
Yeah.
It ends up being an opinion. So I will definitely say that as well. You know, so this is going to be based on you know, Apex's experiences, which I think is cool, and I like kind of seeing that, you know. So I know that you play a actual shitload of MMOs, which is funny because we've never played an MMO together, but
correct.
What similarities do you draw with this game versus maybe like, you know, Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft, or, you know, I don't know what older ones you played. You know, I could throw out like EverQuest or something like that, but I don't know if you've played some of those.
I did try EverQuest, but not long enough to like remember anything about it.
Okay.
I've played Arcade, I've played Guild Wars,
Mhm.
2.
1 and 2?
No, just 2.
Just 2? Okay.
Yeah. I played WoW.
You didn't do 1 for the Hall of Monuments, bro? Come on.
Nah, man. I'd never even heard of Guild Wars until the second one. But I played Arcade, I played Blade and Soul, I played Ragnarok Online.
Oh.
I played
Now that's old.
Yeah. I played, I can't remember the name of this game. Black Desert. That's what I was thinking of.
Black Desert? Yep.
Yeah.
Weren't
But I
you-
played, like,
Didn't you
all the
play
stuff.
that, Mark?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
think
I'd
we
say
talked
the
I have like 270 AP, like something stupid. Trust me, I don't know.
the things I'd compare to like MMOs are the player hubs, the economy, and the dojo slash clan area.
Okay.
And in terms of like just going down one at a time at the list, I think the player hubs are on the weaker side of things for MMOs, and I feel like this
Okay.
game can definitely do more to like help player interaction. And I think Railjack is this is going a little bit off topic, but I'm not going to be off topic for long. I feel like Railjack is a good starting point for that, and I'm sure we'll talk about that eventually. But that's definitely leaning towards like player interaction. Uh, the economy I feel is fantastic and the best economy out of like any MMO I've played. I'd say even better than Final Fantasies, which is my favorite MMO. And the dojo and clan stuff I feel is really nice as well. And
Now,
could definitely use a little bit of improvements, but economy is
maybe I've seen a lot with the economy. I love that they've incorporated I mean, like here's something that I think is kind of confusing, and I'd love to get DJ to jump in on this one as well. Right? I think it is peculiar that there isn't necessarily like a centralized trading situation, like an auction house.
I'd like to actually, yeah, I'll weigh in on that for sure. So one of the things that I'm going to agree with that, Mark, because one of the things that I recently, I don't know if I was complaining about it or just kind of like saying I wish it was different, was that.
Right.
For instance, like I know, and maybe Apex, you can kind of like clear this up if I'm saying this wrong, but when Baro Katir comes, you have to spend ducats, right, or ducats or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
Ducatis, bro. They're
Yeah.
like little motorcycles.
Little motorcycles, exactly. Little Italian motorcycles. But there's like those there's those little vending machines in the relay that you can go to, and then that's where you kind of do like you're trading or with him in particular, right? So
yeah,
right.
Another in some of you that are actually on stream can see this is another resource right here is the market on Ordis. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes that I find myself making in this game is when I need something, I always walk over to the market in Ordis and say, well, what the hell? I can't find this thing. It's not in here. And then I get somebody in chat that's experienced like Apex and says, no, dummy, you got to go to this place and you got to do that. Like, and I'm like, wait a second, why isn't it just in one spot? Like, so that I think that I'm going to have to agree with you on that. And say that it is a little peculiar that there isn't like a centralized kind of like trading place, if you will.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wish there was. But I do slightly remember a trading house of some sort where people are kind of like raising their hands here in this game. Like, what is
Maru's
that?
Bazaar.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I believe it used to be on Earth. I think it's on Mars now.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Maru's Bazaar is a relay that is specifically used for Maru and like the Ayatan weeklies. And then you can also trade there. And so that's where people go to trade without using trade chat. They'll just like throw up a bunch of stuff in their inventory and go to that relay and just say like, hey, I've got all this stuff for this price here. And it's like a baby market. Like,
right.
In the sense that it's like a half completed market.
now,
like,
why? So let me ask you this: Why would you do that and go out of your way and actually travel to some place when I could simply press T on my keyboard, open up the trade chat, and just say, "Hey, this is what I'm looking to buy, or this is what I'm looking to sell." What is the difference? Like, why would you want to go to this to the bazaar?
if you don't know what you want. Honestly, that's the reason I go there. I literally never go there any other reason besides like Ayatan Weekly.
Okay.
The only time I ever go to the bazaar is when I'm like, I got some plat. I don't know what I want. I'm gonna go shopping, like pretty much, and just go and see what people have for trade. And that's the only time I ever go there. Otherwise, I just use an outside third party website.
So right, and let's talk about right. Let's
Mhm.
talk about that. So it's crazy because there is a website that does allow us to do that exact thing.
Yep.
Yes.
And I feel like trade chat is awesome. Trade chat makes me feel like I'm in an MMO.
Yeah,
100%. That makes me feel like I'm at home when I hear that, right?
hmm
The problem I have is like, well, what if I wanted to browse something in game and see what prices are, or look and see? It's like you kind of just have to see what people are selling stuff for, what they're and kind of guesstimate based on that, and then you have to talk to another player, which I like the interaction, because I do think an auction house removes some of that element,
Sure.
but why wouldn't there, like, for me, I always think of like removing currency from a game. Like, why wouldn't you just add a tax basically? And if you didn't want to deal with the tax, you could not use the auction house. Like,
Yeah.
so that way you have players that could fit, like
Oh,
both
I like
both
that.
of those.
Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
Because I do think about, like,
And
an auction house does ruin the hang out with other people aspect.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's sort of how Final Fantasy's market is, because the auction house on there does take a percentage of what your item sells for. I don't know the exact percentage, but if you sell something for like 50K, they'll probably give you like 47K or 45K back. So I don't know exactly how well that translates into percentages, but I think it changes based on like how expensive the thing you're selling is. But you sort of see that with clan tax, but not really. And I definitely feel like they could add some sort of auction house. I honestly just think it's not something they have the capability of doing with the amount of content they have to like put out. Like, I feel like that would be something they would have to focus on, like how they focused on melee changes and weapon
Right.
changes, which is a majority of what they did last year, with the
Okay.
primary and melee 3.0 updates and stuff like that. I
Okay.
feel like they'd have to do like a player 2.0 or player interaction 2.0 or something like that,
Sure.
where they exclusively spent time on like things like the clan dojo and adding an auction house and changing trade chat and stuff like that.
Right. Which, I mean, that kind of stuff does expand upon the universe, though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So when you think of an investment in your product or your universe, or however you want to look at it, I kind of feel like that would be a good investment, especially for a newer player. I know for myself, that was the first thing that I was like actually confused about. I saw in the world there was something called Bazaar, and to me
Yeah.
that meant, cool, I'm gonna go buy something from maybe a player is sitting there AFK and they've got items listed, and I'm gonna go buy it, or which is true. That is a part of the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I'm going to go there and just browse the auction house and see, well, what is high level gear in this game, right? Like, what is end game? Like, can I buy it? Can I trade for it? Like,
Yeah.
because there's stuff like that in every game, and as a newer player, that's something for me that I look at. Could you see adding stuff like that being beneficial to a newer player? Or do you think that it would take away from the experience?
I think it would definitely be beneficial for a new player because it would lead to a lot more like player interaction where they could ask questions or even like walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, what's this?" Or like, "Why can't I buy this?" If it's like a prime thing, because there are primed MR restrictions for
True.
like trading
Right.
full
Yeah.
weapon sets and stuff like that. And I feel like it could also like double as a home for like the Q&A chat, because currently like one of the chats is like questions, I think is just what it's called, and you could definitely add like a question like box, like pretty much in that relay where people could just ask a question into the void and then veterans could answer it, and you would get like a message sent to your inbox of an answer for your question.
That'd be cool.
See,
Yeah.
that would be awesome because I was one of those players that was like, "Oh, cool, I want this secondary," and I went to go buy it, and someone's like, "Bro, you're like master rank 2. Like, I can't even trade this to you." And I was like, "What does that mean?" Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like
I
there are a
don't
lot
know.
of questions that go unanswered, both by the game and just like if you answer or if you ask them in question chat or whatever it's called. Just
Mhm.
because there are so many questions, because so many people have so many questions about so many things in this game, and not all of them are going to get answered. So I feel like Maru's Bazaar, if they ever reworked it, could be a great spot for that.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That could be super cool, actually.
And I think part of the reason they might not like want to add an auction house is because in the lore it doesn't really like fit for us specifically. But I feel like that's easily fixable because
Mhm.
for the 10-0, there's only in the lore supposed to be like, I think on the high end, like, or on the low end, I think it's like 20 to 30 of us, and then on the high end, I think it's like 100. I can't exactly remember the number it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's like 20 to 30 of us, because there's not supposed to be like millions of 10-0.
Okay.
Without getting into spoilers, there's only supposed to be like 20 to 30 of us. So like adding an entire like trading relay specifically for 10-0 would definitely not be the way to go in terms of lore, but they could easily fix that with all these open worlds, because you can easily add like so many different like factions like having their own booths there. Like you could have a bunch of the Ostrons from Plains of Eidolon there. People from Fortuna could come there and have their own booths set up. And
Right.
same with like Deimos, like you could have like one of the little robots there or something.
Yeah, so there's options. I mean,
Yeah,
in order
definitely.
to bring the lore up to speed, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I got
So-
some for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I guess Apex, and if you could. Oh, well, first of all, we've played together one time. What MR are you currently?
I think when we played, I was 26. I'm now 28.
Okay, cool. So you're pretty much end game. Like you're
Like
you have a ceiling, right? Like you've hit the ceiling pretty much.
Yeah, the only things I don't have leveled are the Zaws. I have a few of them leveled, but they're mainly like all the same Zaw, just different versions. I need more of the Kuva weapons. I'm missing the new stuff from Deimos still, like all the new weapons, the Necromech, the pets. And then I think I'm missing 2 of the weapons from the Operation Scarlet Spear, and I think that's it.
Okay.
I have everything else leveled.
So, I guess okay. So here's a question for you. As someone that's been playing the game for a while, if you could go back in time and change some of, so to speak, some of the mistakes that you made in the game, what would those be, and how would you do it, and what would you do differently, I guess? As a new player, right? Like, because I know for me,
Oh god, that's hard.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, so for me, like jumping in here and streaming the game right away without really knowing like how to do a spy mission, for instance, like that
Right.
was that was tough for me, because I'm trying to always just be entertaining, and I'm trying to do the right things in game at the same time, and it's like I should have maybe played the game and understood it a little better in the beginning, right? So I guess for me that would be something. I don't know. Maybe that gives you a little bit of a head start on that question.
Yeah, I think it does. Because definitely one of the things I would have done would be to explore more options instead of only using Rhino, Dread, Despair, and the Dragon Nikana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this is going a little bit off topic, but to let you know how often I use those weapons, I've been playing this game for 3 years and have not used Dread and Despair nearly as much as I did before, and they are still my
Really?
most used weapons. They still show as being used 10% of the time and 13% of the time.
Really?
Yeah, as if you look on my profile, like that's what it shows are those 2 weapons. But that leads into like I should have like used more things and built more things. And in regards to that, I should have also used double XP weekends
Oh
and
man.
free affinity boosters way better than I did.
Yeah.
Because I think even during those, I was still using Dread and Despair.
Dude, I didn't even know that those were a thing that like I should have cared about.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think using the same, I think that's something that a lot of people fall into the trap of doing, which is using things that you like. Because in games like that, or in a lot of games like this in general, that's what you want to do, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's all about leveling your character and keeping your weapons so that you get better at them. And this game sort of does the opposite of that, and it doesn't really tell you it does that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Where you want to like try everything and keep the stuff that you like for sure, but get rid of the stuff you don't. And I feel like a lot of people have a real hard time with that. Like, that's something I had a hard time with, so that's why I just have a bunch of weapon slots now, because I don't like getting rid of things.
You're a hoarder.
But yeah, and I feel like a lot of people who play games are, because they like keeping stuff. You like getting stuff, you don't want to give it away or like sell it, because what if you need it?
Yeah. What if you need it at some point?
Yeah. And
The only way, yeah.
I feel like this game doesn't do a good job of telling you that.
Dude, it doesn't.
Black
I'll
Shadow?
tell you this right
How
now.
you doing,
So
man?
when I was like, okay, I'm playing a free to play game and I want to support the devs.
Yeah.
I bought I think it's an access pack. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Prime Access packs.
The Prime Access pack. So I was like, oh cool. I get like a thing and I'll just like, okay, sure. I don't even know what this is. So I got one of those, right? And I went, oh, okay. Well, this one says Prime. What the hell is a Prime? I guess that must mean it's better.
Yeah.
So then I go to Google and I go, well, what is a Prime weapon? And it's like, well, it's the higher tiered variant of the other one. And I go, MMO player. All right, we'll burn the other ones because we're never going to use them.
Yeah.
So not only did I not realize that I should have leveled, like you had mentioned, everything in the game. Well, so leveling the other weapons, the other variants, right, gets you XP basically. And it's not very clearly stated.
Not at all.
So you're like, okay, cool. It just says level stuff. And you're like, yeah, I'll just level stuff.
Yeah.
But why would you level something that is the lower tiered variant? I mean, that seems very counterintuitive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of games do the opposite of, and this game in particular is real bad at explaining things. And that is like something crucial that they need to explain better, and something I was hoping that was going to change in the new player experience update.
Well,
which unfortunately didn't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to bring up next. Was there were promises of that? So what happened? I mean, I guess did they just say fuck it? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's just too much information. These assholes are just going to have to go to the wiki. I mean, like what?
So when they say new player experience, what they meant was like the first experience a new player has, not like an entire new player's experience.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of the confusion came from.
Sure.
And
okay,
like even the second I heard them say that, I was talking to Mark and I was like, I have a feeling it's just going to be the tutorial and the new cutscene.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was.
Yep.
And
that's sad.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that they have like so much. They have to keep pumping out new content, and it's very rare that they can go back and like change old stuff. With how much like time they have to put into the new stuff, that eventually I'm sure they're gonna like do a better job at explaining it. But there's definitely a lot that needs to be looked at again, especially in the way of a new player's experience, because so many of my friends have started this game and just stopped playing because they don't know what to do.
Exactly. Yep. And that's what happened to me. I mean, that's what happened to me when I first had my first experience with it. I think we jumped into Ortis and we're like, oh cool, you can customize stuff in this game. This is awesome. And then it got
Right?
so complicated that I was like, wait a second. I thought I had a grip on this shit. I don't know if I want to play this anymore now. Like, this is fucking too hard, you know? Yeah, that's definitely an issue. I wish it was, I guess, a little different. But, you know, having people like you around, and I think I said this to Mark quite a few times. Like, I'm pretty thankful that the community is actually really friendly and helpful when it comes to new players.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And even now, I still don't know shit about the game, but occasionally I'll get somebody in chat that asks a question, and it's like a gold mine. I'm like, oh, I know the answer. Holy shit! I get to fucking tell them. You know, like
I get to play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I can answer this.
I can answer this.
My god!
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I like that. I like that the community is here to help. So.
Yeah, I think that's why Fortuna is one of my favorite updates, because that intro song, "We All Live Together," is very accurate for this community and how like veteran players treat new players compared to other games.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like that's part of the reason this game has gone on for so long, because the community is so willing to help new players.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Go to we've been Rainbow Six Siege is one of my favorite first person shooters, and they got a new season coming out, and I personally was like, wow, like some of these changes might even change the game and how it's played. This might be cool. And first game back in, man, after like months of not playing, you could see like some of these fucking assholes, dude, just tearing these like noobs apart in chat, and it's like, all right, you know. This is part of the reason why I've been addicted to Warframe instead of playing those toxic shooters.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing is true of people in League of Legends, dude. Like, if you're a low-level account and you get matched with people that are, like, higher level than you, they do not care that you are just starting the game. They will totally destroy you and your self-esteem and, like, your family, dude.
They'll tear you
They will go for the throat.
They'll tear you up, dude.
They will go for the
They're like,
throat.
oh, you don't know how this character works? This is your first time playing? Get out of here. Quit the game. Uninstall.
Uninstall.
See, and I don't.
It's a big one.
Let me ask something from a like a streamer perspective, right? So like my experience playing this game has been live all the time. So, you know, my question for you would be, I mean, obviously, I feel like people are nice and helpful because we've got like a forum for people to be nice and helpful, right?
Yeah.
Is that really how everybody is, even if you're not a streamer?
Like in game?
Ooh, that's
100%.
That's a really
Absolutely.
good question. Okay.
Absolutely, 100%. So, an example of this.
Yeah. Let me get this.
When I'm bored and I don't have anything to do, whether it's just like a content drought or I've just like done everything I wanted to for the day, like I've played all the Heart of Deimos that I want to, and I just have nothing else that I really want to do, I'll just go to the like first mission on Earth and I'll just sit there at the start and wait for new players to join. And I'll just like be their guiding hand and like murder things for them, or I'll like stand behind them and just watch them like walk up and try to murder stuff. And when they like inevitably like die or something, I'll just be there to like revive them. And like eventually, if you go in with a cool enough looking frame, somebody's gonna be like, what are you? Are you a player?
Who is this guy?
Yeah. And I feel like that's part of the fun of the game, is that like you see this with a lot of veteran streamers. Like I saw this the other night when I was watching the YouTuber Brozyme on his stream.
Okay.
Yep.
He got his Necromech for the first time, which is a new thing of Heart of Deimos.
It's an amazing thing.
It's real strong. It's really real strong.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
But he was messing around with it on Plains of Eidolon, and he was just like walking around like destroying stuff. And like one of the things he said just made me laugh because it's so relatable. He said, "I can't wait till we can take these in normal missions, because that is something they're planning on doing, is letting you take the Necromech outside of open worlds. Right now, you can only take it to Heart of Deimos, Fortuna, and Plains of Eidolon, but they said eventually you'll be able to take it to like every mission." And he said, "I can't wait till that happens, because I just want to go to the very first mission on Earth and just drop this down and just see what a new player's reaction is to this."
Like, and just like start
Oh.
walking around with that thing and
Yeah, just start walking around, start mowing things down with like
Yeah.
the mortar.
And you think about this from a new player perspective, right? Remember, like, okay, I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's people who are better at games than I am. So maybe this wasn't
Impossible.
everybody. Maybe this was just me. So I didn't know about bullet jumping. I didn't know that I had like a melee weapon. I'm not even going to lie. I don't even know. I think I got daggers when I started. And so I was like, well, these suck. And like, I ended up just like using a small pistol or something. I don't know. It was really weird. If I had seen that in one of the first missions, I'd have been like, I need to talk to this dude. What is this? Like, is this how people are supposed to play?
Yeah. I think.
So like,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know how that would change the new player experience.
Yeah,
Right?
I feel like it definitely like opens the door for a lot of things, and that's part of the reason why I love like how they have the game set up. Where once you're like done the tutorial or done a story mission, if you're just in a regular mission, I think by default it's set to public. So new players can be joined by literally anybody. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the same level or not. A level like 29, which is the highest MR that you can get right now, joins your level 1 or level 0 player account and just like shows up and is like, I'm here to help. You have no idea what's going on.
That's actually incorrect. I know somebody that's MR31.
That's weird.
They formatted their PC. Just kidding.
You got me.
Yeah. Wow.
But I feel like that's like part of the cool part of Warframe is that like it doesn't matter if you're a new player or a veteran player, you both can still play together. And this game is very free, like almost to a fault with how it lets you play the game, and that's part of the reason why like new players have such a hard time like staying on with it, is because there's so much you can do, and you can do it in any order that you don't know where to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, and it's just so content driven. This game's insane. I'm currently looking for caches. I don't know if there's a better way to look for these things. Maybe these red symbols are the caches, chat. Maybe you can help me out with this. Going back to like needing help. Jesus.
Oh. No, I mean,
Plains of Eidolon stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those, you can't actually find them on the map. You have to listen for the beeping, and that's the only way you can find them is through the beeping.
Which makes sense because we are currently doing our talk, and I have the volume down. So okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Right. So that's gonna make it hard for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
So that's wow. That's a lot. I feel like that's like. There's so many things. I'm gonna let DJ take the next topic branch on this one because I feel like I have commandeered the entire spaceship. I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. I like it. I actually enjoy it. It's I guess. So, what am I here? Let me just kind of pull up my little cliff notes or side notes here. One of the things that really interested me, in especially asking you, Apex, because I know you've been playing for a while, was if you were able to start playing this game again from the beginning, would you do that? Like, would you take the journey? I know some people. Yeah, I know some people that are like, for instance, like console players. They will come to PC and say, we've wanted to change, we've wanted to switch to PC, we're finally here, but we're not very happy about having to start all this again. Me, myself, personally, I don't see that being... I don't know. Like, I know it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass because I understand that you've worked hard for all the frames and, you've done all this grinding. And I guess for me, I'm MR12, Apex, you're 28. Would you start, like, would you do it all over again? Would that be something that would interest you?
That's
I think
such
it depends.
An interesting question.
So in what way? Like, just like to have both accounts or to play on a new platform or like to completely ignore my like Mastery 28 account and just start all the way over, like completely never playing the 28 account again. Which one of those?
Yeah, I would say completely never playing your 28 account again, like, and just starting over. Would you do it, and how would you feel about doing it?
So
That's such a good question. Oh my god.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you.
Yeah, so I feel like that answer really depends on like what you've done with your account and how you've gotten to Mastery 28. If I had played like completely never spending any money, I feel like I would actually be less inclined to start over if I didn't spend money and got to where I am than starting over and never touching this account again, even though I've spent money on it. And that may seem very backwards, but if you like take into account like how much platinum can speed up your journey, starting over from an account that's been paid and from an account that like has never spent
Lord Zane,
anything
thanks for the follow, man.
is
How you doing?
way easier than starting out starting over from the account that like never spent anything on platinum. Because if I had gotten everything like just the normal way, like having to wait 12 hours for Warframe parts to build, only to wait another 3 days for Warframe parts to build, I would absolutely not like abandon that account under any circumstances, because that would have taken forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because for me, and I think it's a little different for me. I think since I'm not so far into it,
right,
I wouldn't mind so much, right? Like, because there are a couple of things I would definitely do different, and I think we talked about that earlier, but being MR12, like, it's not, you've put double, maybe triple or more time, right? Like, for me, I guess I wouldn't mind it so much. So I don't know. I've always been fascinated with, I guess, time travel. Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies. I'm definitely
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is definitely one of my favorite movies. So I guess I just wanted your perspective on that to see if you could go back in time and if you could do it, or if you could do things over again, like what I asked you earlier, what would you do different, right? So in abandoning a MR28 account, I just don't. I could see your perspective on that.
Yeah.
Like,
also, not to interrupt you, but I feel like I probably should have stated this at the beginning. So playtime is also something that is relevant in like this case, because like I know some people can be like Mastery 28 and not like have nearly as many hours as I do, and then some people that are Mastery 28 that have like triple my hours. But for reference, for like where I am and how many hours I've played this game, according to Steam, this is just the amount of time that the game has been left open. Like just on my Steam account, like Apex Demon is playing Warframe. The amount of hours is 2,158.3.
Jesus, holy hell!
That is a lot of hours.
Yeah, so that's reference for like where I've gotten for Mastery 28.
Yeah, that's that's a lot of time actually.
I like the go back in time questions. I've got some new friends hanging out in chat. Want to say thank you guys for those follows as well. It's newer players that are jumping in, asking some Warframe questions for the first time. Right. So let me ask the same kind of thing that DJ was talking about here, but let's put it into perspective of maybe somebody that has an allowance for video games, right?
Yeah.
What does spending some money as a new player get you? Because I've had a couple of people ask me, what do they spend platinum on? And I've got a new player, that a friend of mine that I got to play the game, they bought a Prime Access pack. They've got like 5,000 platinum. They've never spent it because they don't know what to even buy, because they don't even know they could buy stuff.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what you could buy if you did get platinum, and let's pretend like this helps you understand that later on in the game, you can actually farm for that currency without having to spend real life money. But let's pretend that you opted to support the devs, and you bought something.
So
Okay.
I think the 4 most important things for any player to buy, like these are the 4 things, no matter what you're trying to do. If you're a new player and you're starting, these are the 4 things you should start with, and that's Warframe and weapon slots, and Orokin catalysts and Orokin reactors. And most people put the effort, emphasis on the slots, because it allows you to have more like warframes and weapons, so you can level up faster. But personally, I would actually say the catalysts and the reactor are more important, and mainly because as a new player, you don't have access to a lot of like forma without spending platinum. Like there are ways to get it through relics, but buying it is probably going to be more accessible than running relics until you actually get to like good spots where you can get a lot of relics.
This is what I was telling you about.
I think in the first
what we're doing here today,
3 to 4 planets, relics don't really drop that often, except for maybe Plains of Eidolon bounties. But those areas in particular aren't really the best spots for relics, and so you don't really get to a good spot for relics until you do the new Strange quest.
Now, I want to stop you. Can you explain what those are? Because what if somebody doesn't know what a catalyst does?
Oh, okay. So a catalyst is for your weapon, and basically it doubles your mod capacity. And your mod capacity is the amount of like, I guess the best way to describe it would be the amount of like energy your weapon has for your mods. And you straight double it with a catalyst. And the reactor is the same thing, but instead of for your weapon, it's for your warframe. And the reason I say those are more important than the slots is because those are going to dictate how many mods you can put in, and your mods are going to dictate like how much fun you're having, in my opinion. And
that is so true.
Yeah, so Warframe mods and weapon mods will drastically increase both your damage, survivability, like how much you feel you're personally doing. And I know a lot of people who don't like to be carried, and that's going to be the quickest way to like just increase your power. Like in most cases, that's just going to straight double your power if you've got the mods to like back up the extra capacity. And
gotcha.
I feel like a lot of people just instantly go for the weapon slots and the warframe slots, which is good. It's definitely not the wrong choice. But I definitely feel like if you feel you are not having fun and that you aren't doing anything, you should definitely look at the warframe catalyst or reactors and the weapon catalysts, because those make it way better and way more impactful for what you're doing with your weapons and your warframe.
Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense, to suggest that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important to say. Let's talk about. So, like, obviously, platinum is a currency. You can earn it. I think it's a slow earn in game. I think it's fair to just say that. It's the closest thing I can think of. If anybody's played something like Guild Wars 2, it is like gems to gold. You know what I mean? It's the in-game. Like, you can trade some stuff for it, but it's going to be a slow process. It's going to be a grind. So let's say you end up getting some. Okay, let's say you end up getting some platinum. What actually can you buy with platinum, dude?
You can literally buy like 90% of the things in this game. Pretty much it'd be easier to list the things you can't buy, and the things you can't buy are
someone's loyalty.
Normal Warframe blueprints from other players. You can buy Warframes from the store, and I highly recommend you do not do that, because that is way more expensive in a lot of cases than actually just farming them. There are definitely some Warframes that you should buy from the store, because they are a massive pain to farm.
Potato.
But in 99% of cases, they are way overcosted. But the other thing you can't buy is going to be I just had it in my head. What did I forget it? It'll come back to me. But a majority of things in this game you can buy, whether it's from the market or from other players. You can buy mods from other players. You can buy prime parts and prime warframes from other players. There is a mastery lock on those, so you can't buy them if you're like not high enough mastery rank.
Right.
But a majority of things in this game you can buy. I think literally the only thing you can't buy besides like the basic warframe stuff from other players that like aren't the fully built warframes are the basic weapons that come from specific things that aren't sold in the market. Like I think some of the dojo weapons aren't sold in the market. There are some weapons in this game that just aren't sold in the market and aren't tradable through players. So other than that, it's pretty much just that and the resources. Like some of the basic resources you can buy, but a lot of the like open world stuff you can't buy. But some of the open world stuff you can buy from like the vendors that sell them. Like in Deimos, there's a rotating like browse wares option that like sells mining materials from the mining dude, and like the conservationist sells like pet tags for platinum. So there's a lot you can buy with platinum.
Okay.
Very, 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 very few things cannot be bought for platinum. And usually the things that can't be bought for platinum can be sped up with platinum.
Yeah.
Right.
In
Okay.
most cases aren't even worth it, to be honest, from what I've seen so far.
Yeah. Pretty much the only things I would ever rush with platinum are if you really want to play a Warframe and don't want to wait 3 days.
Conjure says,
But
that's
more
he
of
can
a
be
personal
bought for
thing.
platinum.
Says what? I'm sorry.
Conjure said, I can be bought for platinum.
And that's actually funny you mentioned that too, because there's a lot of people who, well, this was back in the day, before they like really cracked down on it. I remember when I was a new player, seeing like, well, not necessarily new player, but like newer than I am now. Seeing in trade chat or like recruiting chat, people saying like, Amboard will guide you through the game for platinum for like 5 plat, and people like selling their services for like 5 plat or something
That's
like
awesome.
that. But you can't really do that now because they cracked down pretty hard on that. But that was always like more of a joke thing than anything. Nobody really like actually did that.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah, that's actually hilarious.
Like I'm pretty sure that like even I used to do that. Like people would message me saying, "Are you really selling your services for 5 plat? I need help with this boss." And I'd be like, "No, dude, I'm just gonna do it for free."
People are opportunists, man. They get an opportunity and they take it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fault somebody for that. That's actually like ingenious.
Yeah, a lot of people would like. It was mainly just like make yourself feel like a mercenary in space sort of thing. That's why I did it anyways, because it was all like pretty fun to just be like, "Hey, you need something killed? Give me plat, I'll do it." And then when people message you, you can just be like, "I'm just gonna do it for free. I'm bored."
Right. Okay. So let's continue. So there's just a couple of those things that you can't buy.
Yeah, very, very few.
Now, what like let's talk about platinum gains. I think platinum gains is always a hot topic. Okay. As a veteran player, how much plat could you pull in a week if you tried?
If I actually tried?
Yeah, 100% actually tried.
Like
it might be the most boring thing. It might be the most boring thing. But
in a week, probably like 5K.
5,000 platinum in a week.
If I actually tried, probably like 5K.
Now, obviously, I'm not going to ask your secrets, right? Don't divulge your secrets, but
I will absolutely divulge my secrets because they are not secret.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I can, I'll let DJ jump in and maybe ask that one. I've got different things I want to ask. So, what would you suggest that a new player could do in the same time frame? Let's say they've got. Let's talk about 2 different types of new player. Let's talk about the new player that just started yesterday, and the new player that's been playing for a few weeks. You know what I mean? Has some stuff, but
in terms of like what should they do to get